Welcome back to the stunning Grand Wailea here in beautiful Maui, Hawaii. And I have the honor of being joined by the newest member of SMACNA's executive committee, Gary Myers. How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing great. How could you not be great here in this location?
I mean, just go outside. I mean, I'm sad we're here in kind of our little enclave where it's like picture perfect outside.
It is.
One of the things that you've really kind of taken priority on in your, not only just as a SMACNA leaders overall, you are very, very focused on chapters and how they govern themselves and boards. And why is that so important to you?
You know, I guess the way I look at it is, you know, it's about the people we hang out with. Life's too short to hang out with people that you don't want to be around. And there's going to be some of those. And I look at everything as an opportunity to make it better than the way it was when I started. And I look at it that way.
And how do you want to express that as the newest member of the executive committee? Now, obviously, you're in a spot where people are going to be looking at you for a guidance to be an example. Like, how do you want to show that and really be something that people can kind of lean on?
Well, the biggest example I could give is I look at the executive committee as a team. It's not about any individual person. I bring different skill sets that maybe Joe does, or Scott, or Todd. And it's about us as a team collaborating for the better of the mission. So whether it's a personnel issues, whether it's industry issues, labor issues, whatever it is, as a group, we're better. I'm only as strong as what I bring to the table and with my skill sets, and we need to complement each other, and that's a big part of what I want to bring.
One of my favorite things about being involved with SMACNA is listening to all the different industry stories of how people got started. How did you get started?
You know, it's interesting. When I grew up as a dairy farmer in northern Michigan, and kind of a strange thing going into this industry, but I had a cousin that went to a trade school, and he was a refrigeration expert. And he told me, he said, this is an industry you need to get involved in. And I took the next year, I think I took a heating 101, air conditioning 101 class at the community college, and I fell in love with it. I fell in love with the business. I love the hands-on piece, and granted, I was a service tech. I got involved in the industry that way, but then I moved up into more of an engineering and an operations type program at the university I ended up graduating from.
And what drew you into SMACNA? Not just but really becoming involved and desire to be engaged? Well,
I always joke about, it was all about the board retreats. you heard stories about that, but I joking aside, it's about the relationships. I look back at the company I worked for 20 some years ago, was involved in a SMACNA peer group with Matt Kramer and Jack Knox and some people that have been friends of mine for 25 years. And I've created the relationship. I've learned from them, leaders in the industry. And I wanted to be part of that. I wanted to participate in that. And they've been mentors and people that I've looked up to for a long time.
Now, talking about going away from the interpersonal side and just going kind of 30,000-foot view, what are some of the key issues that we, as an association, looking at the industry as a whole, what are some of the things we need to really be mindful of and keep an eye on?
Well, I'm big about the younger emerging leaders. I've been on the best practice task force since 2018. And I remember at a Partners in Progress event back in Orlando, probably 8 years ago, it was very apparent in the audience that there's a lot of older people. And I said, that's not sustainable. We need to bring and educate and expose our younger people in our companies, and we can do that as leaders in our organization. We can push down this, but you have to tell them the why. You have to tell them, hey, this is what's going to help your career. When I look back at it, I didn't have time to get involved in SMACNA. I was busy. I was running 100 miles an hour in the company, getting my work done. But somebody sat down with me and said, you need to do this. And I probably did it because he said so. But now the generation now, you have to explain the why.
Yes.
And I think that's really important. They need to see how that's going to help their career move forward.
And I'm glad you say that, because we've been, over the course of this convention week, we've been talking to a lot of the younger leaders. And it's great you mentioned the dairy farmer background, because the background of a lot of my generation, you want to say entering, re-entering the trade, because a lot of times it's a family business, the backgrounds are diverse. Like, some is coming back from Goldman Sachs. One is an English professor. Another one is a computer engineer. It's just like, it's all over the place. But this industry, I think, is a space where it's open to people of all talents.
Oh, totally.
And especially if, like, you have more of a technological background, the data that's being leveraged in our space, I mean, that's room for that. Or if you just want to transition, frankly, somewhere you're working your hands, you have space for that too.
Yeah. Well, and I've always said that it's about the people. In any industry, it's about the people. Whether you're providing a service or a product or whatever it is, it's the relationships that matter. And if you focus on that, it doesn't matter what widget we sell, what product we deliver, that's immaterial. It's about the people and the relationships. And if we work on that, and again, bring the younger generation into the full, I think we have to, or it's not sustainable.
I can't say anything better than that. Gary, I'm looking forward to working with you over the next couple of years, and thank you so much for the time here. I think I've learned a lot from you, not only but also in your sessions, and I just thank you for your leadership and thank you for everything you've been doing.
Well, and I'm very blessed that SMACNA has given me the opportunity to participate and help move things forward in the next few years.
We're excited. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thanks, everybody.
Thank you.